How's it going, neighbors? This is Ed here with etrailer.com, and we're taking a look at the Romik RAL-TS aluminum running boards for your 2025 Ram 1500. So when you get your new pickup, adding running boards not only is going to give you a bunch of additional function as far as being able to get in and out of your truck easier and having traction when it's slick outside, but it also adds a little bit more custom look to your vehicle to make it stand out and add a little bit of personal flair. So let's take a closer look at our running board and see what's special about it. So we actually have a two-tone as far as the finish. It is, as far as our step, they're all aluminum and our brackets are steel. This is going to give you a nice black powder coat on the bottom and then just your brushed aluminum look. You also have the rubberized tread portion here that's going to give you traction in ice and snow. As far as the dimensions, you have 5.5 inches as far as the width to get your foot on here, and then 84 inches that goes the length of your cab. Installation is actually pretty straightforward. A little preparation ahead of time, laying everything out and getting your tools together makes it go on pretty easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to get it done. So we're gonna get our installation started, and we're gonna grab a few different things to get this going pretty smooth. You're gonna need a torque wrench. You don't necessarily need one fancy like this. If you take a look at etrailer.com, we offer a little bit more less professional style torque wrenches that'll still get the job done. You're gonna need a few wrenches, well, a couple wrenches. It would be handy to have a 15 millimeter and a 13 millimeter, as well as your ratchet wrench. And you're gonna need a 13 millimeter socket as well as a 15 millimeter socket. So now we're gonna lay out all of our hardware, and the way that it works on both sides is pretty similar. You're gonna have 3 points of contact underneath, and I'm just gonna put together everything that I need for each one of those sections. So you're gonna have both your exterior bracket and the bracket that goes against the inside body on the studs. You're gonna have 3 of your your 13 millimeter nuts that go on the studs themselves. And then you're gonna connect the lower bracket using your 15 millimeter hardware. So let's go ahead and hop underneath and get started. So the studs that you're gonna make your connection with your bracket with are right here underneath. You're gonna see that they're in different configurations depending on if they're in the front, middle, or rear. One step that you don't want to pass up on is actually cleaning the studs off using an M8 die. You're going to want to go through to get all the paint and the anti-corrosion off so you can get a real grip with the nuts on the studs themselves. Now you want to make sure that this ridge is pointing away from the vehicle itself, and you can just use the 13 millimeter nuts to hand tighten along the studs. Now you don't want to actually start snugging it down too much yet, because you're going to want this maneuverability for when you're getting the running board on the brackets. Now our bracket is adjustable, and that's one of the things that's really cool about this setup. But on the 1500 Ram, you have 4 possession setups, and you can only go to the 3rd hole. So you would not be able to get that highest level on this particular setup. However, you can go 3 up. And you can take your hardware. You're going to use your 15 millimeter bolt and nut. I'm just going to put them both through to kind of stabilize it. And then we're still just hand tightening. We still want it to be nice and loose so we can position our Nerf bar a lot easier. I'm going to go do the same thing on my other brackets. So as far as our running board, you can see that we have 4 sets of hardware along the track here pre-installed. On our 2025 Ram 1500, we're only going to need 3 of these sets. So we're going to be able to remove the end cap and just remove a pair of the nuts and bolts with the washers. So now we're going to just make sure we get it lined up close as possible to the location, and we're just going to slide it on top of our brackets. And now I'm going to get underneath and make our connections with our fasteners. Now, I know you can't see right in here, but there's 2 13 millimeter nuts that we're going to fasten down, and it's going to pull down onto the bolt that was pre-installed into our running board. So let me get a little tension on here, and I'm just going to go through. I'm just going to get everything just snug, and once I get all this tightened down, then I'm going to go and tighten down my brackets. So now that we have our running board attached to our brackets, we're gonna fasten down our actual bracket. So I'm gonna grab myself a ratchet and a box wrench, and we're gonna fasten this down to get the position that we want. So I'm gonna start in the center and then just go through and just still going just snug on everything, because we're gonna go back through with our torque wrench to make sure we get the specified torque spec. All right, and now that you have everything torqued down to the recommended foot-pounds from the manual, you're completely installed. So this has been a look at the installation and some of the features on the RAL-TS from Romik on our 2025 Ram 1500. I'm Ed, this is eTrailer, and you have a great day.